Well everyone, we're still taking a look at the Google Pixel 8 and we're going to go ahead and compare it against the iPhone 12 and see which particular phone is the better one for you. Now both these phones are slightly different. They are definitely not overlapping and by any means necessary, but there's still lots and lots of cool things going on for both of these devices. So let's go and see how both these phones compare, I guess right now. Now the iPhone 12 came out in 2020 and on the front it has that 6.1 inch Super Retina Extra OLED display. It's a pretty good looking panel, 1170p, and I think Apple did a really good job with this panel when it first came out, but it is a little bit outdated now considering we don't have like 120 Hz or anything. I think it's, a good panel, and I think, for sure Apple did a pretty good job with it, but it is what it is. It's a little outdated. You have the notch up top as well, but it's a good enough panel for the most part. Now with the Pixel 8, you are getting that 6.2 inch OLED display. This is a 120 Hz panel, goes up to 2000 nits of brightness, which is really, really high. It's also 1080p, and it's a very good panel. I think Google did a really good job this particular year of making a phone and making a panel that is exceptionally good, which is very solid, which I really, really like. Compared to the iPhone 12 though, the Pixel 8 definitely has a better panel here for sure. Now, on top of that, the Google Pixel 8 and the iPhone 12 have a little bit of a difference in terms of the ports on the bottom. Lightning on the iPhone 12, USB-C on the Pixel 8. On the back, you are getting glass backs on both, which is very nice. So that's a very, very nice thing to have. Having these glass backs is very, very solid, and that's something I actually do like a lot from both of these devices. You're getting a dual camera setup on both these phones, which is actually fairly similar. These, ports on these are actually, or these cameras on these are more similar than you'd probably imagine, which is something that's super interesting as well. So that right there is another big thing to keep in mind too. Now beyond that, they both have wireless charging. The Pixel 8 has reverse wireless charging, which is super nice. And that's kind of what you're getting on both. Of course, they look very different, but I definitely do think the iPhone 12, looks good, but the Pixel 8 probably looks a little bit more modern in terms of the cameras. Wide and ultra wide camera sensors on both, 4K at 60 on the front and the back. Lots and lots of overlap here. I don't know if there's like one camera that I look at and be like, oh my goodness, this is by far the better camera here. I think you're definitely getting lots of overlap between both, which is something that's really cool. So if you're wanting the better phone here, or if you're wanting the one that has like better quality or whatever, you're probably going to be getting that on, maybe the Pixel 8 now at this point. But the iPhone 12's camera was also very solid, and I had a really, really good time with that particular device as well. Now, on top of that, I will also say that between both, if you want the one with this longer software longevity, the Pixel 8 is probably the better way to go. You're going to be getting the longer lasting phone from the Google Pixel 8 than the iPhone 12. So that's just kind of what happens here. If you're wanting the phone that's going to be giving you more software updates, more security updates, everything across the board, that is probably the phone you're going to be wanting, which is the Google Pixel 8. But the iPhone 12 is still supported for quite a bit of time, and you're still going to have a really good time with that particular phone as well. So in terms of the software longevity, that kind of covers it up there. Now, in terms of the actual performance and chipset and everything along those lines, you're going to be getting a little bit of a different chipset between both. So with the iPhone 12, you're getting that Apple A14 Bionic chip inside with 4GB of RAM. With the Google Pixel 8, you're getting that Google Tensor G3 chipset inside with 8GB of RAM. Now there are lots and lots of differences, between both these devices, but I will tell you, from my personal perspective, you are definitely getting probably the better performing phone from the Google Pixel 8. Now that this phone has aged a little bit and it's been, kind of had a couple generations of that Tensor chipset, you are probably going to be getting that longer lasting phone from something like the Google Pixel 8 and a better performing phone from the Pixel 8 than the iPhone 12. But I will say that the iPhone 12 is still doing a really decent job at the performance that I'm getting from it. I've had a really good time and an excellent time with the iPhone 12 so far, which is something that's really, really cool. So if you're wanting the phone, once again, that's going to be giving you better performance, I don't know if the iPhone 12 is going to be that one for you, but you're still going to be getting really good performance from the iPhone 12, which is something that's super, super important to keep in mind. So personally for me, that's another big thing to keep in mind there too. Battery life, I'll probably say that the Pixel 8 is going to be giving you better battery life as well. I've done so many battery tests, and most of the time I've seen that the Pixel 8s, the Google Pixels, typically give me better battery life than a 2 or 3 year old iPhone at that point. So to kind of sum it up, what I'll definitely tell you is, I think both these phones are very good. The iPhone 12 is a little bit cheaper now than the Google Pixel 8, so keep that in mind. But I'd probably tell you, if it's between both, if you have all the money, go for the Google Pixel 8. It makes a lot more sense to go and purchase a phone like that than the iPhone 12. But I think the iPhone 12 is still a very, very good phone for what you're getting. So that pretty much covers it up there. If you have any other thoughts or questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that'll mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.